It's time to take 5. Now you know.
Today's topic is very sensitive. Ed Ricci of the law firm of Searcy Denney is with us today to discuss child molestation. Can you tell us how prevalent the incidence of sexual abuse is amongst minors in the United States?
According to the U.S. Department of Justice, 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are sexually abused before the age of 18, and they estimate that only 30% of those incidents are reported to authorities.
And we've frequently seen news reports about minors who have been sexually abused. What can parents do to keep their children safe?
The most important thing parents can do is talk to your children. Open communication with children, not avoiding this topic because it's uncomfortable, is the best way that you can arm your children with the knowledge they need to stay safe.
Do organizations that work with children have the responsibility to prevent child abuse?
They absolutely do. Organizations that serve youth have a responsibility to rigorously screen applicants who are employees or volunteers, to not only do criminal background checks, but to actually personally interview the candidates, to check references, to ask probing questions like, is there any reason why this person shouldn't be working with youth? And also to implement policies with respect to ratios of adults to children, to make sure that children aren't isolated with adults, and to monitor what's going on in these programs to make sure that children are kept safe.
How can parents speak to their children about sexual abuse?
Well, the news stories are one way that parents could use to bring up this topic. When it comes up, whether it's on TV or on the radio, hey, do you know anyone who's had an experience like this? Has anyone ever tried to do anything to you that made you uncomfortable? The news stories can, although they're troubling and a lot of times we wish that we weren't seeing them, they could be an important tool in sparking the conversation between parents and children.
What else can parents do to help protect their children from sexual abuse?
Parents need to let children know that body secrets are not okay, that certain body parts are private and they shouldn't be viewed by anyone, photographed by anyone, or touched by anyone. And children need to know that it's also true that they shouldn't be doing that with others. And if someone attempts to do that with them, kids need to know that it's okay for them to say no and to leave the situation and to let a parent or trusted adult know right away.
Should parents talk to their kids about stranger danger?
Stranger danger is something that we've heard about. It can be confusing to kids because, in fact, the research shows most sexual abuse is actually perpetrated by people who have a relationship with children and exploit that relationship. So it's important that kids know that these rules with respect to their body parts and keeping certain parts private apply to everyone, not just to strangers.
Should the parent explain the difference to a child between a good touch and a bad touch?
It can be confusing to children because this type of inappropriate behavior may not actually feel bad to the child. So I think the better way to talk about it is to talk about, touching of private areas, making sure that the kids know that that shouldn't be happening, and couching it in terms of good touch, bad touch may actually confuse the children, and it may not be the best way to handle that.
What should a parent do if they suspect that their child has been sexually abused?
Parents need to let law enforcement know and report the incident, and they need to talk with their children. As angry as they may be, try not to overreact. Don't shame your child. If your child is a victim of sexual abuse, you don't want to blame them or further add to the emotional trauma of what they've been through.
Thank you, Ed. If you have any questions about the rights of your family concerning sexual abuse, just visit searcylaw.com.